Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Devin and this is Devin Reads Books, and it's here. It's officially old school April time. I have the kickoff sprints on the TV here. This is gonna be a really quick introduction to the first vlog that I'm gonna do for old school April. So I've said in another video that is still uploading, unfortunately, that I'm gonna do 4 main vlogs, so one for every single week, around a theme though. And this first week was originally just supposed to be like dragon and animal themed fantasy, because that was a big part of what middle grade and elementary school Devin read, but I needed to expand it a little bit here. So real quickly, we're gonna go over my initial TBR pile for the week, and then I'm gonna go get back onto Kelsi sprints and read a little bit of the first book. So just from the start of the pile here, I have Undersea Quest and Undersea Fleet by Frederick Pohl and Jack Williamson. I don't know much about these. I picked these up on a whim at Second and Charles a long time ago. It's Adventures of Cadet James Eden on the Subsea Academy with the mysterious world beneath the waves. I like the deep sea better than I like space, so I could not turn these away. I think it's technically a trilogy, and eventually I will need to hunt down the third book. They're very small, very small. And so I'm probably gonna get through these in one afternoon when I do go to read them. But we're not gonna start with those. For fantasy representation, I have The Book of the Three, which is the first book in the Chronicles of Prydain by Lloyd Alexander. This is the series that the Disney's Black Cauldron is based off of. That is book 2, I believe. And I've wanted to read this forever. I never read it. The Black Cauldron is one of my favorite Disney movies ever, if not my favorite. So I am for sure reading this. Probably not first, probably second on this list. The next one is a new book, newish, I guess I should say. It came out last year, technically last fall, if I remember correctly, and that is Percy Jackson and the Wrath of the Triple Goddess. This is book 2 of the senior year adventures. I liked the first one. I'm a Percy Jackson fanatic. I love everything Rick Riordan does. I was the same age as Percy when the book started coming out, so this series just has a special place in my heart, and I need to read this series. I really liked it. He's done a really good job of kind of not necessarily aging up all the books, but recognizing that a lot of his fans are now older, and so they aren't as middle schooly as the original series. So I'm very excited into this. I wonder what his trial will be. So this series, instead of grand adventures, is he has to do these trials for all these gods to get letters of recommendation to get into a demigod college. So it's very interesting. The final official book is a part of this TBR, but there's 2 we're gonna talk about that I'm gonna be reading alongside of these, but they are not officially a part of this list. But the last book in this actual list came out just last year, won a million awards, and that is Catherine Rundell's Impossible Creatures. This is exactly the type of thing middle grade and elementary school Devin would have loved. The day this kid named Christopher rescued a drowning griffin from a hidden lake, and his life changed forever. He learned about the archipelago. I cannot say that word fluidly in a sentence. I don't understand it. A cluster of unmapped islands where magical creatures of every kind have thrived for thousands of years until now. And then he met Mal, a girl on the run in desperate need of his help. They embark on a wild adventure, racing from island to island, searching for someone who can explain why the magic's fading and why magical creatures are suddenly dying. This is where I'm gonna start. I think it's gonna be perfect for kind of getting me back into that childlike headspace for a little bit, and it's gonna be wonderful. I'm very excited to dive into this as soon as I finish this clip. Next, I wanna talk about 2 books that are basically book club books that I'm gonna be doing. The first one I'm gonna read at night after I have been back into my childish mindset for a little while, and that is Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wang. I'm also doing Magical Readathon. I'm not gonna make a bunch of videos about it. Most of my content energy is gonna be focused on old school April. But this is the house pick for for House of Arcane for the book club read, so I'm going to devour this. Actually, it sounds very cool. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Sayana devoted every waking moment to the study of magic, fueled by mad desire to be the first woman ever admitted to high magistry at the University of Magics and Industry, and then spooky, scary, mystery things happen. The other book that I'm going to be reading is on my Kindle. I don't have it physically. It is Kelsi's book club pick, actually, for April, and that is Robert McCammon's Boy's Life. I almost said Swan Song. That's not right. It's Boy's Life. And I always thought it was a horror book, and it is not. It is more of a coming of age. I think there's a mystery element to it. A lot of people really, really love it. I've heard nothing but good things, so I am excited to dive into that too. I'm not sure when I'll start it. I want to start it today. So Brighthaven will be tonight. I'll probably end up blitzing sections of Impossible Creatures, and to break that up, I'll probably be reading some Robert McCammon. But that is how we're going to kick off this first week of Old School April. Again, this vlog is going to run from today, Tuesday. This one's going to be a little shorter because I want to try and get it up by at least Thursday. Ideally Monday, but at least Thursday. So it probably will run until Saturday, and then Sunday I'll start my editing scramble. But enough of all that. I'm gonna eat some lunch, I'm gonna watch Kelsi sprints, and I'm gonna read some Impossible Creatures, and I will update you guys in a bit.
Huh? That's Pippa. Hey, you competed in the last Wallace Cup contest.
Hi guys, so I am back. I have no B-roll from yesterday. I'm gonna shoot some and just kind of add it into the vlog, but yesterday I was just absorbed in Impossible Creatures. This was 5 stars, just so good. It's very interesting in that I think the worst character is actually probably the main character, and it's still really good. There's a lot of depth to all of them. It's very Golden Compass-y in that it feels very... It feels children's fantasy, but there are very dark and serious things happen throughout. It's very serious. If the prose was more complicated, it probably would have been classified as YA. Hell, if the cover wasn't so cutesy, I wouldn't be surprised if it would have been classified as YA. There are some heavy and emotional scenes in this book, both pertaining to some of the creatures and some of the things the characters go through. This was spectacular. I love this so much. This was such a good book to start with. I read all of it yesterday. I did play some older, well, I shouldn't say older. I did play some video games yesterday while I watched stuff. Today, I have chores and stuff to do. I'm actually getting ready to study. I have an interview, a technical interview tomorrow. See if I can make a little more money. But I am going to start reading Undersea Quest and Undersea Fleet today. This is day 2. I'm pretty sure I can get at least quest done, probably both of them, but I do need to shower. I'm very disheveled right now. I have more energy than I did yesterday, but it was a very brutal day at the gym. And then I have some chores I gotta do. I gotta clean the library so we can get back to shooting in my library. I am a booktube channel after all. I need to actually be in my library a little bit. Do some kitchen stuff. I'll probably keep Pokemon on the background for a while I do that. Tonight, I am going to watch Titan AE, which was a Don Bluth movie. I think it came out in 2000. It could be 99. It was right around the millennium. That I loved growing up. I loved it so much. No one else in the world did. It's like me and 5 other guys. But we're gonna watch that tonight for sure. And I'm gonna also be reading a little of Blood Over Brighthaven by Emma Wang. I may talk about it a little bit. But for now, we're gonna move to some B-roll while I do some chores and get some cleaning and studying done. And then I will start Undersea Quest, and I will talk to you guys later today. Hi guys, I am back. So I am about a quarter or so through Undersea Quest, and I'm enjoying this so far. So it's kind of like deep sea Star Trek, I guess would be the best way to describe it. This first book focuses on this guy, Jim Eden, whose uncle is a bigwig in the Submariners, and this actually works in this underwater society. His dad was also one of the founders, and then there was a third party that kind of screwed his dad out of it a little bit, kind of. And so Jim finally turned 16. He joins the academy, and it's literally Star Trek. Like, he's at an academy. He will get put on a Submariner crew if he passes. The only thing that's really happened is he made a friend with his he's got a bunkmate, he's got a roommate. If you're not familiar with like how Annapolis or West Point or the Air Force Academy here in Colorado work, it's just like college. He's got at least one roommate. And then they were doing an undersea exercise outside of the safety of their training bubble in the academy, and his roommate never showed up. Never broke surface after a shark alarm was called, basically, when they were deep sea. Everything was dark and murky. And I think that is the inciting event for this book. I think this first book's more on the mystery side. But, oh god damn. I am really liking this so far. That said, I think I want to play some video games. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to play on the big TV and watch Titan AE on my laptop, or just play in handheld mode on my Switch, watch Titan AE on the TV. I'm going to have to figure that out. But I have been playing a lot of Digimon Cyber Sleuth, which isn't an old game. I could play Digimon World. I have it on my laptop, actually, from like the original PlayStation 1 game. I've been wanting to replay some Pokemon too, but I can't decide. So I've just been playing more Cyber Sleuth, which is fun. It's just JRPG. The Digimon story games are JRPGs, kind of like Pokemon, not that similar, but same style of gameplay. So I might do that while I watch a movie. I might read a little bit more tonight. If I do, I'll bring you guys with me. But I have to get up very early tomorrow. I'm going to go to the gym at 5 like I normally would do. And then I have my technical interview at 11. So tomorrow's going to be a little hectic. And then afterwards, I'm probably going to hang out and read all day. Try and finish this in book 2 by end of day tomorrow for sure, so I can start. Honestly, I think I'll do the Alexander Lloyd first book in the Prydain series next. But I am going to go hang out and do other stuff, and then I will update you guys in a bit. Hi guys, I am back. I've been a terrible vlogger, mostly because I've been sick. The weather, it's springtime in Colorado, so the weather's very up and down, and it's just destroyed my sinuses, so I've been bed rotting. But I have finished Undersea Quest, which I thought was very fun. It is very much Undersea Star Trek. I'm not gonna start the second book. These were written in the 70s, so they are very slow going. And I want to finish at least one other book for this vlog. And since it is Saturday, I'm going to be running out of time because tomorrow I need to get everything, really tonight I need to get everything moved over to my hard drive. So tomorrow I can start shooting my week 2 vlog, which is a brand new theme. And it's probably gonna be the most fun one I do, actually. So I'm really excited for that. But I did start, well actually, let's talk about Undersea Quest a little bit more. So I gave it 3 stars. Jim, it focuses on Jim Eden. I thought I would spend more time with him at the Subsea Academy based on the description and everything, but it doesn't. It gets into like espionage really quick, like corporate espionage, and it's just very fun. It's a very fun little adventure. I need to find the 3rd book. I am definitely excited to start book 2 at some point, but we're gonna move on for the sake of this vlog. And I decided the last book I'm gonna read for this vlog is the Book of 3 by Lloyd Alexander. This is the first book in the Chronicles of Prydain. The Black Cauldron, like the Disney movie, was actually book 2, I believe. Yes, book 2. I'm only a few pages in. I should be able to finish this today, and then I think maybe we might watch The Black Cauldron after this to kind of wrap everything up. I don't have a lot going on today, so I'm gonna really hunker down and read this today. Probably put some YouTube on, maybe some OSA or some You Haven't Reads at All. I don't know, we'll decide. I'll probably end up just letting it autoplay throughout the rest of the day while I read. But for now, I am going to clean just a little so I can make a pot of coffee. And then I have to, well, I gotta bandage my toe because I just showered, so I gotta redo that. And then I'm gonna sit down, hunker down, and read this book. So I will get started on that and I will update you in a bit.
Yesterday, so I only managed to get about 40 pages read. It helps me to Castle Islands of Live. So yeah, the Castle Islands with Jimmy about. And I am now on page 140.
Alrighty guys, so I am about halfway through Book of 3, and I really like this book. It is, right now I'm going to say probably about a 3.5 star. It's really enjoyable. It's very charming. You know, it's not particularly standout children's fantasy or anything, but it's a very easy read. It's very straightforward. It's very fun. The characters are great. And the Disney movie actually did a really good job of capturing their personalities, I think. Like almost identical. They did an excellent job with that. And so that, I think that's helping too. That's making a very straightforward read because I can kind of, it's almost like rewatching The Black Cauldron a little bit. There's some differences. And I know some of the movie is based on book 2 as well. So that's why it's called The Black Cauldron after all. So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this more than I thought I would. It's very fun. I have about 80 pages left. I have to do some video stuff, some editing stuff, clear some space on this SD card. Then I'm going to shoot some B-roll of me blitzing out the final stretch, and then I will check back in with you guys before we wrap up this vlog. Alrighty guys, so I have finished the Book of Three by Lloyd Alexander. And I rewatched The Black Cauldron, and I'll probably watch it again before the month is out. I really like that movie. And I know it's a lot darker and a lot grittier than most Disney movies. I love it. It's probably a big reason I like fantasy and horror as much as I do. But I really like this book. It's just very charming. It's a really easy read, but very in-depth too. You get a lot of lore drops, and it makes it very easy to kind of fall into the world. And I still contend that the movie does a really good job of depicting these characters, to the point that Gurgi in the movie still says, like, munching, crunching, and all the little weird things that Gurgi says in the book. The only exception is Taran is kind of more of a dick in the movie. He's like a real jerk in the movie. And he's not the best all the time in the book, but he's a lot nicer. So that was a little jarring. But I really like this. I definitely would give this 4 stars. It's just, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't just like an average read. I genuinely loved it. This is something I would definitely reread. And now I gotta go get the other 4 books. But guys, it is late. It is like 10:30 on Saturday night. This is the end of OSA Week 1. I didn't read as much as I was hoping I would get to. But I've had a busy time in the real world. So Impossible Creatures by Catherine Rundell was the first book. I read it all of day 1. Absolutely love this. 5 stars. Just 5 stars. Spectacular book. Incredible characters. Charming. Cute. Fun. The second one comes out in September, and I already have it pre-ordered. I kind of want to buy the red sprayed edge version of this just to have it. I love this. I was not expecting to like that as much as I did. Undersea Quest. I only read the first book by Frederick Pohl and Jack Williamson. This was very fun. This was definitely a 3-star, maybe 3.5. It's only 154 pages. If it was not a book from the 70s and didn't feel like it was written in the 70s, I probably would have blown through it a lot faster. It's very fun. Underwater Star Trek. Literally, I am excited to read book 2 at some point, and eventually I'll find the 3rd book. If it came out. I've actually never seen it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't actually get released. It just got announced. Well, maybe not. It is Del Rey. They got a pretty good reputation. And then finally, we finished up with The Power of Three by Lloyd Alexander. The Black Cauldron is book 2. Pretty light reading week for me. I'm hoping next week will go a lot better in terms of everything I'm going to digest, everything I'm going to read. I'm really excited, guys. We're going to be doing... What the hell was that? Man, I knew we shouldn't have moved the shady side.